Hey guys, week 2 is done. It is slowly getting going. What did I read? Hey guys, if you are new here, welcome to The Book Path. I'm Nicole, and if this isn't your first rodeo, thanks for sticking around. So the second week of June, full week of June has come and gone. It was a very, very busy week. My oldest child started summer school, so we were taking him there, and then we had dental appointments. We had a new roof being put on because we had some hail damage from a recent storm. So it was just a very busy week. Not a huge amount of reading to be done, but I did get through adding another 2 books to the list. Basically, first and foremost, I did Be Not Far From Me from Mindy McGinnis. Even though this was a short book, I made it probably about 100 pages in, and it's like 230 pages, so almost halfway before I was like, I can't take it anymore, and I DNF'd it. The story behind this one is that you have a teenage girl who decides to go out and celebrate and party in the woods with her boyfriend and some of her friends. She catches her boyfriend cheating on her, and she runs away, and she takes a fall, and the whole story is supposed to be her survival story, trapped in the woods, trying to get back to safety. All the while, she has a very bad injury to her foot, and it's starting to get infected. So it sounded really good to me because it just, a teenager trying to survive in the woods while this happened. I'm like, I expected it to be really, really good. Right away, they kind of lost me because the main character, you find out she actually has some wilderness survival skills already in the mix. And that, to me, kind of took away from the suspense. I mean, if you already have some survival skills and know how to handle yourself in the woods, the survival or will she survive aspect has already gone down a notch because she knows how to kind of do things. Whereas I thought she was a blank slate. She had no idea. It was her figuring it out, and that added to the tension and suspense. But that wasn't the case. What happens with, you see what's going to happen with her and her boyfriend kind of really easy on. But what upset me is she was so angry at him, like she punches him basically and runs off. But the whole time that she's kind of struggling to survive in the woods, she's talking about how she's missing him. And I get it, maybe, but like the way she describes their relationship, it didn't sound like there was much of a relationship anyway, if that makes sense. So it's like the fact that she hates him, but then she's missing him. I was just kind of like, eh. So finally I started skimming ahead and nothing seemed to change. Her attitude in the woods, it wasn't so much survival. It was just like, I'll tough it out. I'll do it. I can make do. I can survive this. And it was just really her talking herself up, not so much like building a shelter or doing whatever she needed or it was just, it felt more like she was wandering. So I like I said, skimmed ahead there, and then I actually skimmed ahead to the end and I read what happened after she got found. And it was just very underwhelming. And I was just like, I'm not going to bother reading the rest of this because I just feel like there's no real growth. I didn't feel like a lot of real growth from the character. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. So I did DNF it, but this was supposed to be my death card, reading a standalone. Originally, I had this as spoiler alert, but because I found out spoiler wasn't a standalone, I ended up switching it out with this, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. And I just kind of expected a little bit more on the survival aspects of it, so DNF'd it. The next book I read was Twisted Love by Anna Huang. This is my first time reading an Anna Huang novel. I do have her King of Wrath, and I will say after reading this one, I'm excited to read more from her. I gave this one a 4 stars. It was a 5-star on the spice, though. It had some very interesting spice. This is more, it touches on some light taboo relationship type things. So, be forewarned, check the triggers if the rougher side of things is not for you, I guess I would say. But basically what you have is you have Ava who she can't remember like her childhood, I think like from 9 years old before. She doesn't understand what's going on. There's some family trauma there. I don't want to get into it because that's part of the story. It's her uncovering what happened. But she is going to college. She has some friends that her friends are actually going to be the characters in the next series. But I don't know if she lives next door or on the same street as her older brother. And her older brother's like this playboy, but he gets really good grades. And he is going to South America for a medical program. And what he has asked is his best friend, Alex, who is kind of like a genius billionaire basically right now, to keep an eye on his sister. And Alex is like, well, yeah, but I'll move into your place so I can keep a closer eye. He doesn't really want to do it. You find out later why he wants to do it, because there is some twistedness to it. And they kind of have this enemies to lovers type of relationship, but there's a lot of secrets in the way. And as the secrets start unveiling themselves, you don't know, is Alex using her? Is she using Alex? There's a lot of things that are coming through. Once she starts to find out what really happened to her in her past, it's very traumatic for her. There is kidnapping in here. There is violence in here. There is murder. There is, so like I said, check the triggers on it. It does have a happily ever after ending, so I will say that. I gave it a 4 because I wasn't a huge fan of their relationship. Like, I didn't really get, like, I knew they cared about each other. I knew they wanted each other, but I just didn't, there was just lacking a little bit of something that made me like fully believe that like they really, really were in love with each other. So it was just a little lacking in that, but it was real well written. The storyline was just very well done. Like, even if you didn't have the steaminess in here, the storyline of it was a pretty interesting storyline. So I will go ahead and say, like I said, I gave it 4 stars, 5 stars for the spice. And this one was the Literature Book Club pick for the month of June. So that is done. And this was also my pick. I have to check my notes. I think I ended up switching it. So I did this one for the Fool card. And this was to read a most recent book that you added to your TBR. And this one was one of my more recent purchases. So I figured that one did that. I was supposed to read The High Mountain Court by A.K. Mulford, but I found out that there was some prequels to that. And if you know my channel, you know I like to read things in chronological order. So if I miss something, I don't really want to start up on the next book. So I went ahead and switched it out for Twisted Love. So the Fool card is now complete. Other than that, I really didn't read that much this week. Like I said, we had a lot getting done. I'm about, I want to say, halfway through Court of the Vampire Queen by Katie Roberts. I'm still undecided on what I'm going to give star-wise, because it is different from her from the Dark Olympus, the Neon God series, which I have up there. Very different kind of writing, extremely steamy, extremely. So, I mean, stay tuned to find out what I end up rating this and what my thoughts are on there, but I am about 240 pages into this one. So, yeah. But other than that, I mean, I guess it's going good because I'm still reading a lot, but I still have like 6 more books left to read for the month, and the month is almost done. I think we're like a little more than halfway done with the month. So I really need to step it up so I can hopefully complete all the challenges. But so far, I'm like, I haven't found a book that I've been in love with this month so far. So hopefully one of these guys will change that for me. But other than that, I hope everything is going well with you guys. And I hope you guys are having some great weather. If your kids are out of school, you guys are creating some wonderful family memories. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.